Well, good evening to you. Hope you're all right. Hello to Richard and Colin, who are already in the room nice and early. And also Lynn's popped in. So all good to see you guys. We're going to get going very, very shortly with tonight's Live for You. Well, hello, good evening and welcome. Robert, do me a quick favour and just check the inner circle in case anyone's asking for the link, because I forgot to put it in there tonight. And if we need it, then I'll have to go and get it, and you'll have to talk for a bit while I go and do that. So we've got some exciting things to share with people tonight. If you're watching from inside the inner circle, guys. And you haven't got the link, then just pin in there. It's lower down on the previous video as well. So it has been a bit of a manic moment. We use a product called OneStream Live, and it's normally very, very good. But because the way Facebook works with groups, sometimes it kicks. Facebook goes, no, you're not connecting anymore, and then you have to clear it and reconnect it, and then clear it and reconnect it. And it's the same with StreamYard, Restream, all of these products that are out there, fantastic, apart from when you want to connect to Facebook groups. Now, hopefully Facebook is listening, and Facebook, you guys are wonderful with what you're doing and all the technologies and the reels and all the stuff you're going to be doing. But please, can you fix it for us so that it's going to work every week in, week out, and doesn't kick off these wonderful platforms? Because it's helpful for us to broadcast through a product like that, because it means we can do all sorts of fancy bits and pieces. Colin said he's added the link, so thank you, Colin. See, that's great, where we got amazing members in the group that do things like that for us, so it saves us having to panic.
Yeah, I was going to say we're live in the inner circle, but
yeah.
Let's see, who was it? Barry was looking for a link, so I think Colin probably already took care of that.
Yeah, awesome. But in comes everyone else as we go along. Normally, like I said, because we had that little technical problem, I didn't get the chance to actually go in and put the link in tonight. Guys, if you're in the inner circle, save that link, because it will be the same link each week for you, unless we make an announcement to say it's changed. Once in a blue moon, we will change it. We know all the guys that are in the inner circle. So if someone came in that shouldn't have been in, or hadn't been paying, or whatever it may be, we'll ask them to kindly leave, and they can watch from the free group. So but good evening to Bob. Bob's in now. Laurie's in, and so hopefully Barry will be popping in a moment as well. And if you are watching from inside the inner circle, all thanks to Colin, we've now got the link added below the video. So that's awesome. How you been, Robert?
I've been a little under the weather the last couple of days, but I'm here. I'm ready to go. I'm excited for all the big changes that are constantly happening.
Right.
There's just so many so fast.
Yeah.
But we want to keep everything up to date and share some really exciting stuff that's coming out for you guys soon. See, I'm under the weather. I only got one eyebrow.
It's better. My one's actually got hair, amazingly. I'll have to fly yours over to you at some point in America, won't I?
And no, you're gonna have more fun with it than I ever will.
I probably will do Facebook Reels and interestingly enough, and say I do want to talk about is YouTube Shorts and Facebook Reels. If you are in business, which all of you are, right, to supply services to local businesses, right, offer them Facebook Shorts and sorry, Facebook Reels and YouTube Shorts. And it's plain and very easy to do both of them. In the case of YouTube, the best optimized video is somewhere between 25 seconds and 35 seconds, right? Now, you can go right up to a minute on a YouTube short, but the reason you want it shorter, you want it sort of within the 35-second range, is because you can loop it. And the reason you want to loop it is, think about this: you're running an advert for a local business, or you do it. I don't know, another example: got a leaky pipe, want to know how to fix it. Well, I'm going to tell you now that rather than try and fix it yourself, you're better off getting a plumber. And you know the best thing to do, and then it stop. You can always stop there, and it'll go to fix a leaky pipe. So you can always start off with to fix a leaky pipe, and you want it to loop in some way, so that by the time someone realizes the video's playing again, it's going round and round and round in a circle, which gives you better views of that video in a local area. And YouTube have been making some announcements lately. They want to compete with TikTok, and so does Facebook with Reels. So some of the people who know me, and if you're friends with me on Facebook, you'll see I've been doing some really strange Reels from time to time, or putting up some positivity ones. And I'm testing things to save you guys having to test it in a way to see if we can, A, make this work, and B, monetize it. Because think about this: if you could monetize videos as well, it'd be fantastic. One of my Reels on Facebook hit 1,000 views just today. I had a nice little notification come through. Now, at the moment in the UK, to my knowledge,
how many years was that up?
How long? What?
How many years was that video up?
Oh, 3 days ago.
Oh, interesting. So you got to say that. It means more when you say that.
Yeah. on YouTube, I set a YouTube channel up 2 weeks ago, and one of the videos is already up at 1,500 views. And the way to do it, just remember, is a vertical video is a YouTube short or Facebook reel. That's the easy way to remember. It's the same as if you're going to load it onto TikTok. It's a vertical image. And like I said, YouTube optimization, I was just rereading it. It's above 5-6 seconds, and ideally below 35 seconds. And then you want to find a way to loop it. That's the best thing to do. So halfway through the thing, you could say, instead of trying to fix the pipe, why don't you call Dave the plumber on this number? And Dave the plumber will explain how to fix a leaky pipe. And then it goes back into the thing again, you know, and you want to loop that, always loop it. And by looping it, it will get more and more views. And, you know, I've been doing some wacky videos. There's one on one of the channels I'm on, and I mime to something. And then I sit there just with my mouth open, shake the camera, and I've been getting people going, "What? What you done that for?" So, and you just got to do some random shorts and stuff like that. But mainly in business, YouTube shorts, doing an advert of some sort, where you can loop the content, so that when it gets to the end, it's saying the thing at the beginning, and it sounds like it's seamless. You will find that you'll start getting some good results off of them, especially for local businesses. Because I'll tell you now, we are in an industry where I don't think many people are thinking, "Oh, I'll bung a YouTube short up for Dave the plumber, or John the electrician, or, you know, Sarah the roofer," whatever it may be. Yeah. And it's very exciting times with these platforms, because they want to compete.
We had to talk about this a couple of weeks back, and this is the opportunity for marketers to jump into, like when they were talking about TikTok, and everybody was saying, well, I don't want to be doing dancing videos, and nobody wanted to go into the platform because they didn't want to do that kind of stuff. Well, the news on the market was, well, TikTok's not going to last. Well, not only did it last, it blew up, and it's doing everything. I mean, you're advertising. It's just the people that got in there and took advantage of it early on became the influencers for everybody else, and are doing very well with it. This is the opportunity now with the shorts and the reels, because they're both YouTube, Google, and Facebook is tired of TikTok getting all the traffic. So this is the opportunity. The door's open, guys. It's a matter of whether you jump into it or not, and try to do some of it. But first of all, I want to clarify, is the time of a day in the UK still 24 hours? Is it like 30 or 38 hours or something.
Well, in the UK, it's actually 24 hours and 1 second. We get 1 more second than the rest of the world because we're very lucky.
Then you get more done in 24 hours than I do in 48 hours. I don't know how. I mean, you're constantly doing something else, testing something else, doing something else, creating something else, and then you're doing support tickets, and then you're doing the Zoom calls, and then you're doing the live calls. You know, the wall stretcher's coming, so you can get out of the office.
Yeah,
but the door stretcher, I should say.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you how I do it, Robert.
I gotta say to you, Stephen, you're always going. You're always moving at warp speed to get things done, and I'm stuck. I haven't been able to post anything. I haven't been able to, on in the groups, just from working on the plugin, just from trying to keep up with the plugin and the content for the new build.
It comes down to, right, and this is something I've told people from day one when we first set all this up, have a whiteboard, right, and that whiteboard is my time management, and on it, I do half an hour a day to do with video stuff, or if I'm sat in the, normally sometimes even when I'm sat in the house, and the missus is watching one of her crime scene shows I'm not interested in, I might do a bit of extra time on videos and stuff while she's watching what she wants to watch. But apart from that, I set aside half an hour max a day on my board to create a YouTube short video and throw it up and get it done. And then my next part of the day in the office is support tickets. And I've also got a notification thing on my computer when a new one comes in. Lucky enough, we've got also, obviously, you, Robert, you keep an eye on them. We've got Greg. And we've got a mini team of people who will answer easy questions, which is why we say to people, please, if you've got an issue, raise a support ticket. And then if it's at like 911, oh my God, the whole site's down, raise a support ticket and ping myself and Robert with the ticket number, which tells us that your site's down. Now, the reason I'm saying this now while we're on this subject is that right now in the room, right, there are 10 members of the inner circle in this room, right, and we got other people watching within the groups. Imagine that if I gave everyone in this room right now an hour, maybe 2 hours each, right? Let's say an hour. That's 10 hours of my week gone every week if I was doing that. And so we had to pull back to allow me the time to start recording more training videos for you guys. Now, the thing is, of course, then a week and a half ago, I fell ill with the dreaded man flu. Throat went all funny, so I couldn't record anything.
And you kind of sounded like this.
But instead of just sitting back and going, "Oh, poor me, I've got a man flu," I know I joke about it, but I went, okay, what can I do instead? And I've been working on automations. I've been working on some bits and pieces to do with the magic ranker for people. I've been doing all the things I can do while I can't record. And that leads on to some other good news tonight I want to share with everyone. In your members area now, you have the real estate theme available. If it's not showing up, please raise a support ticket and we'll make sure that you have got access to it. But it should be, fingers crossed, I hope it's available. And the 10 people that are in tonight, if you go to members.dfymagicthemes.com and go and have a look, let me know if it's there. Because if it's not, I'll nip in and hit a button. So I can't remember if I hit the button or not. And that's all in there. And am I right in saying, Robert, that's the one with the latest plugin version as well?
Yes.
So
that is correct.
Yeah. Now the other day, a couple of nights ago, I think Five Cart was down. It's not in there. So that's right.
So Lynn has it, and Richard. Yeah, Richard. Of course, we can't give anything to Richard. That's why he doesn't have it.
I can't. Yeah, I wish I could multitask like my partner. I can just about talk and type at the same time.
Well, I know she does that.
Yeah.
She starts one thing and she says, "Steve, can you do this?"
It's called delegation, isn't it? So
don't get me started.
Let me try and get into the systems for people and see. So Richard doesn't have it. Anyone else in the list that hasn't got access to it? Who see?
So just to say it, to do a real estate theme, there are multifacets to real estate. And the way this one was put out was to have people searching online to really find a real estate agent or a real estate professional. It wasn't really designed to be a an MLS listing type of site, although we did put the portfolio feature into it so that realtors can add their specific listings to it. But if you think about it, there's people looking for an agent, there's people looking to buy a property, there's people looking to sell a property. Those are all relative to an agent. Then you get into real estate investing, which have nothing to do in most cases with agents. So that's another type of website that is not this one. It's a completely different way to go after what I would call a motivated seller. Because a motivated seller just wants to sell their house as is, as fast as possible, get money and get out. Where an agent wants to get a listing and sell it for top dollar and is willing to wait, I don't know, 3 to 6 months, 3 to 9 months, whatever it takes to sell that property for the most amount of money it can go for, so they get a better commission. So it's just a different train of thought of how the website is supposed to function. But the real estate one that we put together is really designed to help realtors attract people that want to buy a home in an area or sell a home in an area. And they need to go find that agent in that area. That's what it's designed for. So you guys have a little bit better understanding.
Just to say, Richard, I've checked your account. It is in there. It's under DFY Real Estate under the themes. So if it isn't there for any reason, I can always recheck again tomorrow for you. So most people should already have it. Should I share it on the live before we?
Sure.
We say goodbye to all the freebies. Let's go to that. Go to that. Is we seeing the screen okay, Mr. Robert?
Yes, it is there.
Cool. So as you can see, this is the portfolio section where you can add and remove these and create your property listings. And then as we come down, we got the usual layouts with all the content. And when you fill in using the DFY MCB, anywhere where it's got the company name or phone number, for example, in the footer, if we come down here, the phone number will change by changing the magic code builder. Email address will change, formatted address, location. You can change the logos by customizing the footer or header.
By the way, can you stay on the footer for a second, Steve?
Yeah.
So I just want to point something out real quick in the footer.
This bit here, yeah?
Yeah, we're making a change, guys. We're making a change because now everybody should have their DFY agency site.
Yeah.
So we're going to start allowing you to put your direct website link to your agency site for the sites that you're putting out there for rent. So instead of having a contact page with a different contact form, that link is now going to link to another site directly from this one, which will be, you'll have it in the shortcodes as DFY agency website, and you put in your URL there, and then that button will click over to your site.
Yeah. Which is gonna be good.
We've been testing that. We're just gonna flip over the script, and that's how we're gonna handle it. So you have to go in there, you have to put in your shortcodes a website URL, which is the site that you're building, and you have to put a DFY agency website URL, which is your site that you want to send traffic to reach you to get your business. Like your agency site would be one of them. If you don't have an agency site, it's going to go to the site that you want to collect information or have people come to you as customer.
Now,
but that's going to be a simpler thing.
Everyone see the screen now? It's changed, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Good. So the MCB now, the latest version means that since we release it to you guys, you'll be able to create your own categories, which are all these things here. Now, the only word of warning to existing members is if you've got the plugin before this version comes out, when you get this version, if you load it, it wipes the current categories. It doesn't wipe anything else, but it'll clear all the current categories out. So if you choose to install it, you'll have to go and find the codes and put them back into the right categories yourself, and add the categories in here, back in here. All future themes, as myself and Robert work through these, we'll be adding this in, and we decided to simplify it. So basically, by going homepage codes are under homepage, service page 1 codes are under service page 1. So if it's going to make life a lot easier, company info is site wide, your social media one's site wide, and you can also have your own sort of categories now. So you can come in here and say, actually, I fancy having a category called Steve. So you come in here to where it says shortcode categories, and we say, right, I'll call one Steve. The slug is the URL for it, and if you want to put a description, you can, or you don't have to bother. And now down this side, if I'm right in saying, I think you might have to refresh after you've added it. So let's refresh a minute. There's my Steve category.
Another great. This is something we've been working on for a little while. So this is one of those upgrades that we didn't even want to talk about until we saw it happen. But what's going to be really nice about this is not only can you create one category, but you can put your short codes in multiple categories.
If I create a new short code now, and we call it the Steve one field, we'll go hi. And so now down this side here, we've got all the categories, where before you used to select them down the bottom here. You now select them in here. So you go, okay, well, I want it in the Steve category. And I also want it in company info category. Come to the top and you hit publish. Wait for it to finish updating. And now when I go into the company info category, there's Steve 1. If I come into the Steve category, Steve 1's on its own. If I come into the service page 1, it's not in here. So it now means you can have short codes, your favorite short codes in any of these categories more than once to go and find them. So it's just a case of going to organize them. Yeah.
Click on builder codes for a second, just so we can talk about some. Top, very top.
Well,
there you go, right
well, I was going to say before we get into.
But you want to save that for the inner circle.
Save that bit's going to be a golden nugget for the inner circle, because there is a question to go along with that I saw in the group earlier. That a few people got a question about keywords, and I think we would have saved that for people who are our paying members.
Well, listen, I mean, if you guys have not seen what the power of the DFY Magic Code Builder can do, you're missing out, because this is going to be building sites faster and faster and easier. I mean, right now our install is 30 minutes. Is it completely done? No, it takes time to build a site fully all the way through. But if you're going to do any kind of agency website building for local businesses, we have taken all the pain points of other page builders, because we've been living with those pain points for so long, and got rid of them by creating the Magic Code Builder. And what we're going to be able to do with this is really going to blow your mind in the next 6 months, because we have things that it's going to be able to do for us that we've always wanted to do that we never could before. And that's all I'm going to say for now as a teaser. But if you're not involved with us, you need to get into the inner circle. You need to get involved with Done Few Magic Themes.
Yeah.
If you have no desire to build websites, you're in the wrong place.
And something even more, I'm going to share in the inner circle something about the licensing. Something very exciting to come along with the licensing. I could probably share that now, actually, because it wouldn't matter. What do you think, Robert? Yeah. So, all right, the licensing for those that have commercial, right? And I know some of you have bought in on this. we are going to be moving the commercial licensing over to Product Dino. And the reason behind that is, imagine this, you've got our short code builder and you've installed it on a client site and they're paying you monthly for that service. And suddenly you go to log into their site, their WordPress site, and you can't log in. And they've gone, oh no, I've locked you out. I'm not paying you anymore. And you've gone and put, with your clever nod, right, all the content inside of short codes throughout the site. And you go, you're not paying me anymore. Well, back in the early days of building a website for somebody and they lock you out and they're not paying you anymore, what can you do? Nada, nothing. But now, with our new licensing platform, you'll be able to log in to your own account through Product Dino and go, there's Mr. Plumber, dink, and turn off the license key. What will that do? It'll break his site. So you have that power in your own hands, and after you've done dink, you get to keep the license key. I think the system should issue you a new license key, which means that if you have a 10 site license package which we're releasing, or a 50 site or 100 site, whatever packages we're going to do by then, and Inner Circle members, we're looking after you guys, so don't worry on your current sites. But anyone who's already picked up the commercial license will get commercial use to use it on any site. And those that have got just a standard package from us, you'll be able to use it on your own DFY sites. All right, the sites you install from the themes.
Clarify that, Steve. So it really makes sense. Everybody understands what you can do with one versus another.
So with the commercial version, and we've been running a deal at the moment. You can reach out to us through support if you are after it. With a commercial version, you can install on anybody's site for them. You'll be able to create a short code in the system as we've shown you, and put that short code on page and have all the content inside the short code. And then when Mr. Plumber stops paying you, you'll be able to turn that license key off and their site will break. Which means there's no more, and I'll tell you now, right, if you turn the license key off, they can't get access to the menus full stop. So they either have to rebuild the site, or if they know what they're doing, before you disconnect them, they're going to have to go through every shortcode you've ever created for them and copy the content out to put directly on the page. Most customers won't even touch it. But I've had a few customers who have been nasty enough to lock me out, where I've gone into go and do something I can't get in. I've messaged them. They go, yeah, we're going in a different direction. Oh, hang on, you owe me another 6 months worth of money. Well, sue me then. Well, you're not going to sue them because it's too much hassle. The courts only ever win. But if you can then go, oh, what a shame, the whole site's gone down. I don't know what happened there. Then they got to come back to you.
So that big difference is you can rent your sites and you own your sites. That's your business. That's the business model that we like, because you're in control of everything. However, when you reach that customer, say, Don calls me up and says, I want you to build my site out, but it's on my domain, on my hosting, and I want to control everything. Okay, well, I can do that, but it's going to be, $4,000 for me to do that, or $10,000, whatever the build cost is. You can sell over that site to Don, per se, as a transaction, and give him that licensing, right? Yeah. And if it was a one-time fee, or it was a monthly subscription, or both, you're in control. Because if it became a one-time fee, or a 3-payment option, and he just only gave you the money for the first installment and said, no, I'm just going to keep what I have, you turn off the license. You still have control. That's the point of that agency part. But all of that is important so that not only, if you do turn off the license, you don't lose the license key, because most providers of these services and these plugins, you turn off a license, you lost a license. You got to go buy another one from them.
Yeah.
We're giving you the option. You just replace it, cancel whoever that client was, and put it on another site. You don't lose anything. So it's win-win for everybody, and you still have full control. That's what's nice.
No, and and the bonus for as well is anyone who, and I know the people who already bought in on the deal to get the lifetime upgrade to the 500 pack licenses, and and you'll get all the upgrades along with that deal. When we launch this, it's going to be we're probably going to do a single site license for a one-time price, and then maybe a 5-site license for a one-time price, and after that people got to pay monthly to get more than that many sites. We got to work out. Hi Paul, welcome to the room. We got to work on the pricing on it, but we've been talking about releasing a single site license version to make it a fair price for all. Well, this would only be if we're going to be doing webinars in the near future. When we do the webinars, there's a webinar only deal of a lifetime single site license key. We will never, after the webinars are done, we won't be doing that again. It's always going to be you'll buy a single site license monthly, a 10-site license, 50 license, and so on. So, and is there a replay for tonight? You've got to run. Oh, well, happy birthday to your good wife, Mr. Steve. Yes, there will be. It's actually for once working nicely in the inner circle. So, so go and head in the inner circle Facebook group, and the replay will be in there. But happy birthday to Karen.
Yeah, happy birthday, Karen.
That's Steve's good wife, and absolutely amazing lady. She helped me big time with what's it, Steve? What's it called? What's it? Her profession called? I've completely forgotten.
Graphic
for
artist,
what she helped you with.
Yeah.
Energy healer.
Energy healer. Because yes. I tell you what, my fibro went from having horrible. I still get the occasional odd bad day, but it was like every day. From pain, out of 10 being 10. Now majority of the time it's about a 1 or 2, if that. And she helped me not only with that, but a lot of other areas of my life. So I'm so grateful. So if you want energy healing done, reach out to Steve Dimmock, and I know his partner will gladly talk through your requirements. She's a lovely lady, and does it over Zoom as well. So I didn't have to travel to America. But thank you for that, Steve.
You're welcome. I'll just put we finally launched the website, so I just put it in there just in case you're interested or not.
Well, Steve,
whatever.
Do me a favor when you got a spare moment. Nip into the free group and the inner circle and put it under the videos as well. All right.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But go and take the missus out and enjoy your evening.
Gotta go. All right. Thanks, guys.
Take care,
Bye,
Steve.
Bye.
Marvelous. I've just got to go and find something now because we were having server problems with OneStream tonight, so I connected on my remote machine to set it all up, and I've just got to find where it is. But there are so many things coming up, isn't there, Robert? With all that we are doing, we've got so many big plans.
Well, they're coming through the end of the tunnel now. It's not just the plans, that they're actually coming to fruition.
Yeah.
And we said we were going to work on getting all of the things we wanted.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Done, but
I know Robert's been struggling a bit because
yeah, I'm going to cough for a minute. So
Robert's got some news in the inner circle to his house. Finally, they pulled their finger out their backsides and decided to help get it all sorted. So, but of course, when you break a house apart, it releases all sorts of things into the air. It's either that or it's Robert's Mrs. Perfume. Maybe it's that. that's why he's struggling. But right, I found what I was looking for because we've gone live in a lot of groups, and I've got to do this a different way tonight. So I'm going to, while Robert tries not to die on me tonight. Oh no, he's gone. Can't do without you, buddy. I'm going to go to share my screen, and I'm going to go and find the jingle. And I'm going to play that while I turn off all the other channels apart from the inner circle. And so free groups, we'll see you next week. And if you want to join, come over to us where you can join by going to dfymagicthings.com/live number 4U. And we will see you. Oh, wrong button. We will see you next week. So thank you as always. Now, I knew it'd break completely, Robert, and this is where I've got to wait for one stream to come back so I can put us back on in the inner circle, because I know someone will be going. Someone will be going. Why aren't you on in the inner circle? So I'm just.
It says we're still live in there.
It disconnected everything, I think. Oh no, it's hang on. Why is it still saying we're live in rooms we shouldn't be in then? Hang on, let me turn that other one off. Good. It's all right. It's fibbing to me.